All right, we are live. Yay. Okay. Just a tad bit late, but it's okay. This is going to be a good one. Okay. I want to show you guys something when it comes to selecting a website and understanding the fees, especially when it comes to the $1 files and things like that that you guys sell. Okay. So I'm going to go over here. Let me go ahead and share this out real quick and we're going to get started. How are you guys doing this Friday afternoon? All right, sorry about that. This thing seems so loud. Hold on. Okay, it looks like it just was loud when I first started. Uh-oh, hold on. But it's not, because I was like, dang, you can hear the kids and all, but it looks like it has mellowed out now. So I was like, man, that sucker is loud. I'm like, oh, wow. Okay, so let me go ahead and get this all shared out. Okay. How are you guys doing on this good old Friday afternoon? Alrighty. Uh-oh, I was about to spell that wrong. Well, put them as two different words. As I break down, expected, net payout to you based on the platform you are using. Alrighty. Uh-oh. Let's do. Hold on. Almost. Select all and post. Okay, there we go. We are all shared out. And now we can get started. Oh, sorry about that. This thing seems so loud. Hold on. What is this on my screen? Hold on. And why is this? Oh, I thought I copied my last post, but I didn't. 1 second. Okay, there we go. All righty. Let's get to get. All right. Hey Myrna, how are you? How are you guys doing? Okay, before we get started, I want to know if I am missing any sites that you guys might be using to sell your items. So, what we have on screen right now is PayHip, Etsy, Shopify, Stand Store, and Gumroad. Those are typically the ones that I see, especially with when it comes to like the digital product space. Uh-oh, hold on. Wait a minute now. Okay. All right, what's going on here? Hold on. Okay, there we go. All right, why does it keep going and I keep having this thing in the corner? One second, y'all. I don't know what technical difficulty. Why I'm having all these technical difficulties over Chim. Hold on. Comes to like the digital. All right, there we go. So, let me do my introduction because I'm like the technical difficulties has me all over the place. But I am Shakia, the professor of HSC 365. We are the home of Honestly Speaking, 365 Creative Academy, Soloholics Anonymous, and we help creatives with tools and resources for their business or their side hustle to get started, to grow, to scale. Everything from getting started in just the actual creative part of it, identifying what printers you need, what papers you need, the processes. We've done tutorials on like the proper way to do summation of various items, how to cut foam board, how to make coloring books, or how to make centerpieces. I've even done sessions on how to do balloon decor. We also help on the business side, everything from understanding business structure, helping you to decide the right prices. Like what we did was called pricing, um, profit by the numbers, excuse me. And that is where I kind of outline some of the things that you should be considering when you are putting your prices together. We've gone over like marketing and branding and understanding your customer, how your customer values purchases. We've just gone over so many things over the past like 10 years. So we are your ultimate source. I'm going to say one-stop shop, but we are the ultimate source for those who are looking to get started in business, who are looking to grow and go to the next level, if you're looking to scale. So what I wanted to do with this particular live is step away from the creative part, step away from the design part of it, but I'm also still kind of plugging what is the thing called? Canva. So as you can see, this is a Canva screen and I am using Sheets, and I was able to set this calculator up in Canva. So still kind of highlighting that and the fact that we teach Canva for Business and teach you how to utilize systems and create systems in Canva. But like I said, so although I'm in Canva, we're not necessarily talking about design today. We are talking about money, 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 and wanting to help you guys understand when it comes to fees, what you're looking to actually make, and really break down how these different sites work. So once again, the examples that I'm going to give is going to come from PayHip, Etsy, Shopify, Stand Store, and Gumroad. If you are using a platform outside of these five, go ahead and put it in the chat. Put it in the comment section if you are using platforms outside of these five. Okay. Hello, Shanika. How are you? How are you? Happy Friday. How many of you guys here you're doing all of your creative things for a business or for a side hustle? Money is exchanging hands for what you do, whether you feel like it's a full-fledged business. It doesn't matter if you're full-time or if you're part-time or if you're sometime. If you are looking to collect coins, if you're looking to monetize your skills, let me know in the chat. Hello, Chanel. I am incredible. Thank you for asking. So Marina says that she's looking to monetize. Okay. Anyone else looking to monetize their skills? Myrna, right now, are you doing it through some sort of website or some type of payment processor? I mean, even if you're using, they just kind of contact you, you send them an invoice and it's through like Zelle or PayPal, not PayPal, Zelle or Cash App or Venmo. I was like, what's the other one? But it's Venmo. All right. So Crafty Realtor Pam says that she is looking to monetize. Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else? And if you are, have you already determined or like have you already started using a platform? Let me know in the chat if you've already started using a platform to monetize your skills. Okay, so PayPal and Stripe. All right, so this is still going to apply. The only thing that you won't probably have is like when there's listing or platform fees. But PayPal and Stripe, they pretty much have the same fees, except for like Shopify, where there is a slight difference if you have like the standard one versus like it's like three different tiers, and each one you save a little bit on your transaction or your processing fee. But for the most part, they're the same. So no, just PayPal and Zelle. But okay, so you'll just let them know the cost and then you'll send them something through PayPal and Zelle. So for PayPal, you'll of course incur the processing fees. Zelle, not so much because it's almost like just changing from bank to bank. It's not actually processing a credit card. So I'm going to break that part down as well so that you understand where these fees are actually coming from. So someone here says, yes, I am as well. I use PayPal. Okay. So I'm guessing for these are just saying PayPal, no actual websites, just sending invoices or giving them like your PayPal.me link for them to just be able to pay you via PayPal, or giving your email or phone number for Zelle. Okay. Once again, is there anyone that's using any other online platform, e-commerce platform to sell your goods and services other than PayHip, Etsy, Shopify, Stand Store, or Gumroad? Okay, so you are using PayHip. So it's not just PayPal and Stripe, like you're just sending it that way. You have your thing set up on, you have a site set up on PayHip. Okay, great, 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 great. If I can get you guys to give this video a like, I'm telling you, this is really, really important information. If you know of some crafters, some creatives, tag them in this video. Especially if you're watching over on Facebook, tag them. If you're watching over on YouTube, click out of the live chat, hit the share button and share it to them. You also can share it to your Facebook. This is information that you need. There's a lot of information on all of the creative things, but not as much when it comes to the actual business side. And this is just one part of the business side, okay? But it's an important part because you can't do all the other things in your business if if you don't know how much money you're bringing in. Oh, go high level. I should have done that one. Let me see. All righty. Okay, I think I saw someone that says, I definitely need a website. Okay, okay. I might add high level to this. Okay, so they do have their own built in. Well, it's still off like to be honest, most of the sites are using Stripe when it comes to credit card. Even Shopify, they're using Stripe. It's on like a back end thing, but they're using Stripe to process payments. Okay, so go high level. Of course, for PayPal, it's going to be the same. Their transaction fee or their processing fee is 2.9%, and then a 3% like base fee, no matter what. So that's the same as Shopify. So I'll put right here, I'm going to put Shopify and high level. So then here, I'm going to put Shopify and high level, okay? Since they have the exact same fees. All right, there we go. Cool beans. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie. One of the things that I want to do, I personally don't really. I have one thing on there, but usually I know for me, most times people are buying more than one of them, and because of all the other things in my business, I'm kind of okay with it, but actually think now it's back at 365. I had some design challenges that at one point I had at $1 to participate in one of the groups, $1 Wednesdays. Just wanted to kind of see how that would work out. It's not one of my favorite things to do, I will be honest. Now I can see doing dollar sales if it was something that was in person and you are not processing fees. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I would love to be able to petition to all of the groups that do like $1 deal days, like whatever the date is. I really would like to petition that they make that at least $1.50. And you're going to see why with this calculator. You're going to see why I recommend it. We're here to be able to help small businesses, get discovered and for more people to know about their services and, the things that they offer. But we want to make sure that we're also not kind of, sort of, assisting them and shooting themselves in the foot. All right. So I'm going to go through this calculator. So I have one that's based off of physical and digital. I'm going to go to the digital side for now, because most times like this comes up when it comes to digital, and shipping can vary depending on where you're going at. Where it's shipping from and where it's going to. So you're going to use, if you want to take some notes, I'm gonna give you guys some time to take some notes and just let me know when you are ready. Okay. So put ready in the chat when you're ready for, I guess you would say, the first note taking lesson. All right. So let me know when you're ready in the chat. Tag a friend, or at least like the broadcast. If you would, please, 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 and thank you. At least like the broadcast, share it out, tag 3 creative friends, okay? Let me know when you're ready to take some notes. Stop typing if you're driving. Okay, so if you are someone that doesn't have a website, you are still able to kind of use, like, you'll be able to do your own calculations, just kind of know how much you're going to get charged. If you use a site called Pirate Ship, there are a lot of different sites that you can buy your shipping labels through. Pirate Ship, the rates on that are like their basic one is similar to Shopify's, like, because you get cubic rates and things all of that nature, because you're really getting these discounted rates because it's going really through their processor and their system. So it's like to UPS or USPS or any of the carriers, it's like Pirate Ship has a lot of shipping going through them. So what you can do is just to kind of know what to input if you were doing something similar to this, and like see how mine I have shipping, you want to notate your weight, and then you're going to put in the starting zip code and then where it's going to, and it will tell you what that rate is going to be, and then you would plug that in so that you can see what's going to be net to you. Okay. All right. So someone says, I love pirate ship. Oh, that was Miss Fuller. She says she loves pirate ship. All right. Who here participates in the $1 deals, whether you are buying or selling? And then put it in the chat. So let me know if you are a $1 seller or if you just like to buy the $1 deals. All this honey just waste on my desk. Oh my gosh. And it is attracting ants already. Oh my God. Where did this? I did not know this honey was on my desk. Okay. So no one is participating in the dollar deals. Okay, cool. So let me know, like on average, what is your lowest order? What is your, oh, she says ready. Marie, you are way back. So once you hear me say you are back, go ahead and hit that little slider and come on over to the live part of it. You haven't missed much yet. What is the lowest, like, order that you have processed through your website, or you sent an invoice for, you sent a Zelle for? Sorry, y'all can hear Zion Imani in there playing that game. I told him to keep it down, and he is not listening. He's not listening. All right, so we'll start with the dollar one, okay? So if you are someone that is selling a $1 product, and we know that sometimes people will come on and they will just purchase your $1 item. Like that one thing, we know we want it to be a lead magnet and we want them to come on and maybe purchase some more things. But when they only do one, here is how it breaks down. Are y'all ready? So I'm going to go ahead and put a 1 right here. So when you have a product that is 1 cent, $1, if they are purchasing it with a credit card, with PayHip, you will get 62 cents. If they're on the Etsy site and you're doing these, and let's say you go ahead and you reduce it for whatever those days are, you are going to get 46 cents. And this actually is including sales tax. I'm sorry. Let me go ahead, and if like someone is purchasing and they're in your state, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to put 7% for me. I did not say 700. I said, oh, it's making me do it that way. Okay, so 7%. So with sales tax and it being $1, if it's PayHip, it is now 55 cents. If it is Etsy, 39 cents. Shopify, you'll get 60 cents. Stand Store, 55 cents. And I have no idea why Gumroad isn't showing it, because it's actually a negative number. Why won't it show me? Oh, it won't show me. Okay, so what? I don't know why it won't show me a negative number. It's not showing me negative numbers. Mm. Because Gumroad, their platform fee is 50 cents. Their transaction fee is 10%. And then you have your regular credit card processing. So if you had something for $1, you're losing money. So if Gumroad is your platform, you can't afford to do the dollar deals because you're not going to make anything. Okay. So PayPal, if you're going to pay with PayPal, the difference is a lot. All right. Because PayPal fees are a lot higher than if they were paying with a credit card. So for PayHip, if someone was to purchase something for $1 and they are checking out using PayPal, you as a seller will only get 36 cents. If you're using Etsy, you'll get 39 cents because you'll still get 39 cents because Etsy, they basically eat the cost of like the PayPal extra fees on the back end. Shopify, you're going to get 41 cents. Well, Shopify and Go High Level. And then, I guess I put on the wrong one. And then Stand Store, 36 cents. Gumroad, negative 19. I don't, so it is doing negative. I don't know why it's not doing it up there. Something is a little off up here. I got to figure out what's wrong with that calculation. But it'll be a little bit less than, so it'll probably be like negative 15 or something like that, but it's like a negative. This is what happens when you are doing the dollar deals. If the person that comes, they only purchase one product, $1 digital product, this is how much you end up with. Okay. Now, let's say they purchase 2 of your items. We're going to go to 2. Someone let me know what the sales tax is in your state or county. So if it's $2, you'll end up getting $1.40, $1.22, $1.50, $1.40, 80 cents. If it's PayPal, $1.20. Same thing for Etsy, no matter what. Shopify and Go High Level, $1.30. Stand Store, $1.20. Okay. All right. If so, Miss Cranford, Miss Patrice says her state or county is 6%. Okay, I keep forgetting. I can't put. If I'm gonna do that, I have to do it all the way. I have to put decimal in and it'll go to percent. So if you were doing a $2, so I'll go back to $1. These are the rates. I'll zoom in for you guys too. If you did $2, it's this. Now, someone says that the lowest, like sale for them, would be $6. So if you are allowing them, what is your sales tax on that $6, like where you are, the one that says $6? So $6 at a 6% sales tax, if they were paying with a credit card via your site, you will get $4.87 through PayHip and Stand Store because they're the same. Etsy, $4.62. Shopify, Go High Level, $5.17. Gumroad, $4.07. Now, those of you who are like, I don't have a website, but I do have a PayPal that I'm using PayPal to send, to collect my payments. If you had PayHip, it would be $6.64 is what will be deposited into your account. If you're using Etsy, it's going to be the same thing, $4.62. If you were just sending it regular, you're just having them, you're sending them, hey, this is your total. They're going to pay it through just PayPal regular. We can go off of the Shopify and go high level because those platforms don't have listing fees or transaction fees. So it's just going to be the payment processing fee that you have to kind of worry about. So what you're going to get deposited for that order is $4.94. And we did, so Stand Store $4.64. If you're using Gumroad, it's $3.84. Okay. Now, let's say you have a $15 template. We're going to go back up to Florida's 6%. I'll keep doing this. Okay, wait. Someone says theirs is 6.75. So if you have a $15 template file, digital product file, digital like a class or whoever, whatever, and you are selling it via PayHip, you are going to get $12.50 from PayHip and Stand Store. From Etsy, you're going to get $12.11. From Shopify, you're going to get $13.25, and from Gumroad, $11.25. If they are paying with PayPal, you are going to get $12.22 of that $15 from PayHip and Stand Store. $12.11, same thing, as before, from Etsy for that $15 product. If you're using Shopify, go high level, or if you're going to manually take their payment and then manually send them their digital file, you are at $12.97. Okay. And then Gumroad is $10.97. This is all for just digital products. Any questions? Because now I'm going to show you if you have something that you need to ship. Any questions? Did some of those payouts surprise you guys? Have you, are you paying attention to your payouts when you are selling your items? Does this make you feel like, well, shoot, that's why I calculated it, but at the end of the day, like I didn't have as much money as I thought because I wasn't really processing and thinking about the fees that they were going to take out. I'm just thinking that, hey, I had an order that was, let's say, $150. So from $150 with PayHip, you're only going to see $127.73, Etsy $125.18, Shopify or go high level, you would see $135.23, Stand Store $127.73, Gumroad $119.73. If they were paying with PayPal, it's $126. I'm going to show kind of here. So that was $127. This is $125. So $126.65, $125.18, $134.14, which isn't that much of a difference. Like only really once you start to get up there, you'll notice that the difference definitely shrinks. $126.65 and then $118.65 if you were using Gumroad. All right. If it was $1,000, that's a really big difference. If you sold, let's say you were someone that was doing a class, right? You're doing some type of program. That's how they get access to it. If it was something that was like a high ticket, or like $1,000, or well, on the digital side, I don't know, like who would really have like $1,000, unless it was like physical products, even if you shipped it or not. But that's 8. And this is only at 6% sales tax, 6.75% sales tax. From $1,000, you're only going to get $853 from PayHip, $837.05 from Etsy. Shopify, of course, is always the highest. You're going to get $903.20 from Shopify. From Stand Store, $853.20, Gumroad, $800 $2.70. If they're paying with PayPal, from $1,000, you would get $847 from PayHip and Stand Store. Etsy, same thing, $837.05 for Shopify, $897.11, and then Gumroad, you're all the way down to $796.61. So do you only accept specific payments or just open it up for all platforms? So when you have the websites, pretty much every website goes through Stripe. That's like their back end. Stripe will accept all major credit cards. And then I know for some of, I think you have to apply for it when it comes to like Google Pay and Apple Pay. I don't think that's through Stripe. I think that's like a separate one because I think on the PayHip one, I never saw it, but I'm able to do Apple Pay and Google Pay on my Shopify site. And they fall under the standard like processing fees or whatever. But on your sites, Stripe makes it possible for you to take all major credit cards. And then every website goes. Wait a minute. Hold on. Why am I hearing my voice and it's muted? That's so weird. What was I saying? And then of course, if you choose to have PayPal as an option on there, then you'll have that. Or if you're going to just send an invoice through PayPal, it will still kind of fall within, like you can kind of look at the Shopify range under PayPal if you're just sending an invoice straight through PayPal. And then it's up to you if you want to also offer things like Cash App, Zelle, Venmo. Because of these fees is why a lot of people tend to kind of go toward like the whole Zelle or Cash App route because they're not getting hit with fees. With Cash App, you're hit with those fees depending on how fast you want your money. Zelle is just a bank-to-bank type transfer. So it's not processing. These are fees when they have to process a credit card. Good question. All right, let's take a quick look at the breakdown for those of you who are selling physical products, okay? And you may have some shipping. So we're going to go here and we'll put in, let's just say they ordered one tumbler. You are someone that kind of puts your design fee all in one, just like as one price, you don't itemize. So let's say for that one tumbler, you are at $30, okay? Your sales tax is going to be 7%. And the shipping on that, we are going to ship that standard. So I think the lowest for packages now, I want to say is like either $6 or $8. But let's just, on the safe side, say $9 in shipping. From this $30 product, you would get a payout of $16. Now we have to remember that 9 of that is going to go to shipping. When it comes to the sites and the transaction fees and the processing fees, it accounts for, so that percentage that it is charging you, that is including the taxes and the shipping. It's off of the total amount that has to process through the credit card processor. Okay. So from this one, that's $16.23. When you go to buy your shipping label, you're going to take off $9. Okay. That means that it is $7.23. Wait, is this? Let me see, make sure. Is this calculating everything? Yeah, it is. That looked a little low. That's so crazy. That looks so crazy. I actually, you know what? I just realized that I did have this where it calculated the fees so that you know exactly how much it was. I'm going to redo that one and put that extra column here so that you can actually see what these fees break down to. Hold on, let me see. Okay, yeah. So without the shipping, it'll be $9 there. Okay, so for this product that you and let me make sure it's actually calculating. Okay, yep, it is. Okay, so for this product that you charge $30 for, you allowed them to go through your website for it. They paid for shipping through the website. You now it would be $16.23 minus the $9 because you still have to pay the shipping. Like once you go and you get this money, you still have to pay the shipping. So now you've only made $7.23 after all of the fees. You've made $7.23 off of that $30 product when you have a site that's going to charge the taxes and you also have shipping. Now we have to remember the taxes don't belong to you, right? Now, when it comes to, so when it comes to like the taxes, it doesn't account for, I think when I do mine, like, so when it's calculating the taxes, it's not accounting for the shipping, just like your products. So let's say off of $30 times 0.07. So that's $2.10. So from that 723, once you go ahead and for me, pay the state of Florida, they're $2.10 because that money is not yours. You have made $5.13. Most of you guys don't know your numbers. And so I'm always saying, well, I want to price right. I want to price right. Because you don't know your basic numbers, you can't price right. You're not pricing correctly because you don't know things like this. You're like, oh, I'm selling it for $30, but I can see if you were doing that in person, you're getting that $30. But when you are processing that through a website, you are getting hit with all these fees. You're not making any money. Without shipping, so if you were to sell this locally, but you were still doing collecting taxes, you would get from the $30, it would be $26.73. But the processing fees is what's going to eat that up because that processing fee is now going to account for the $9 as well, because that is the total amount that is going through that credit card processor. So it is going to count. It is going to account for that in the percentages that it takes away. If that one item cost $15, you only charge $30 for it, but it costs $15 to ship, you have made $11. That's kind of crazy. Okay, no, something isn't calculating right over here because it actually should be a little bit. Oh, I forgot the sales tax, but still, that actually is really low. Hold on. Let me see something because that's only, let me put this over here. That's 87 cents. Hold on. The number seems a bit low. And then 30 cents. Oh, wait, you know what? Hold on. No, it should include the shipping. That still has to go back in here. Now that I think about it, because am I subtracting C4? I am. I'm already, no, I'm sorry. That is how much I'm sorry. That is how much you're going to make after you pay the shipping. Sorry. But so from a $30 product, you will get $11.73. The shipping is already taken care of with that. I was like, wait a minute, that seems really low. That can't be. When I put that in, I was like, wait a minute, now they pay shipping, I'm losing money. But no, I forgot. I calculated taking the shipping out. Which, wait a minute, hold on. I need to do, okay, wait. Okay, nope, I made a mistake. I take that back. My bad. When I did the shipping one, I did forget one thing. So this right here, I actually forgot to put the processing fee on I didn't account for the shipping. So it's not calculating that in, it's just taking it away. Okay, hold on. This is C4. So we have to do minus, okay, wait, C8. All right, so C2. So C2 minus C7, okay, minus C2 times C8. Okay, so we're going to go plus so copy. All right, so from here, we're going to go plus C2 and C3. Oh, wait. And then plus C2 times okay, wait. Transaction fee, which is no, not C2. I'm doing this wrong. This is which one is this? This is C8. That's the one. I'm like, wait, it can't be C2. Okay, so C8 C8. Okay. No, I was right. C3. C3 times C8. Okay, there we go. And then I need to do plus C4 times 8. Okay. And then I got to do the payment processing fee because that's the transaction fee. And then the payment processing one. So we did that. And then we're going to go. I need all of this. copy plus this would be C9. Uh-oh. C9. And then this is also C9. Okay, that's more like it. Let me see. Did I do this right? Okay, wait, I have an extra plus here. Let me see. Okay, plus, minus. Okay, now let me go here and copy. Okay. Copy. Okay. It's not much, but we have to account for that. So you would end up getting 12 from this. Okay. So we'll go to, let's just do Shopify because I think it's the one I did before. So Shopify would end up being 30 times 0.07. I said times, not plus. 30 times 0.07 equals $2.10. And this is why I actually, and I don't know why I took away the calculations. I would have noticed that it was wrong when I looked at the calculation. I don't know why I took that cell off. Okay, so that would be $2 and that's going to be $2.10 that's going to come off. And then the let's see, what am I missing? The processing fee is going to be 2.9%. So that would be 30 plus 210 plus 15 equals 4710 times 0.029. So that's $1.37. Okay, so those are all of those fees and then plus the 30 cents. So this is the Shopify one. Why are you here? We didn't do anything that was 87, right? No. Okay. Okay, so from 47.10, they are going to take away the 137 for Shopify's fee. Also minus 30 cents. Boom. Now you are going to get 45.43, but then you have to take off your $15 for your shipping. So now you're closer to 30.47 and then minus 2.10. There we go. So what you will, I was like, that number seems so low. Okay, so what you would end up netting is 28.33. I was like, that just seems so low. 28.33 is what you will end up netting. So I have to fix these numbers. I was like, wait a minute now. I forgot what did I mess up on. Okay, hold on. Let me see. So this one right here should be, because it should just take away the shipping, which is C4. I don't think I accounted for C4 because this is C3, this is C8. Okay. This is C2, C2. I'm actually giving y'all my formula if you wanted to make your own, because I need to figure it out. C2 minus G7. G7 minus C2 times G8. Okay, there is no transaction fee for that. All right. And then no, G7 is just a listing fee. This shouldn't be here. This shouldn't be here. G7 minus, okay, C2 times G8, okay, minus C2 times C3. That's your tax. Oh, you know why? This is shipping. No, but okay, I have to tax. Okay, C2 minus C3. Okay, no, that's taxes. I need that one. And then we need C3 times C8. Oh, it didn't, it's still on C instead of G. Okay. I'm like, what in the heck is going on here? All right, I'm going to fix this. I'm going to fix it. I was like, why is it doing this? This is, I copied, I forgot, I copied and pasted. So this needs to be G. This one needs to be G. No, I was right. C. Hold on. Not, I'm changing the wrong one. This one right here needs to be G. This is C. Sometimes formulas drive me crazy. G. There we go. I saw a highlight. Okay. G. And then see on this one, I have G9 and then C4. Okay. And then minus G10. Okay. That's a standard. Minus G7. Where's G? Okay. That one. G7. Okay. Boom. Okay. Those are set. That's those because those are standard ones. And then now we have to know the percentage. Okay, so it would be, I didn't account for the shipping. That's the only one I didn't account for. So that would be C4 times G8. That's a transaction fee because it's going to include that. And then we need C3 times G8. Okay, I have that one, C3, G8. And then C2, G9 processing fee. No, I have something off. Is it because I have... I gotta figure, I'm missing something. Now I gotta go back and look at my notes. I did this wrong. I gotta fix this. I'll come back. But you saw, like, I know, oh shit. It's just the shipping one that's off. Oh gosh. Because when I duplicated it, I did forget to account for the shipping. So if we go here and let's just say that was $30, right? This is closer to where it's supposed to be at. I forgot to put back in the shipping on this. So this is correct. And then let's say if it was shipping, you don't really count that because it would you don't count the shipping because you're going to pay that out anyway. How be ever, what's important, what I messed up on the shipping is your processing fee and your transaction fee will still account for the shipping because that's the total amount that's going through the processor. So I just got to go back over there and fix that. But if it was $30, you're looking at $26.44, give or take, because of the processing for the shipping, for the percentage for the shipping. I was like, that seems very low for a $30 thing to come down that much. But I forgot I did subtract the shipping from there already, but I didn't add it back. I didn't have it a part of the calculation. It was just taking away from the money. So I'm going to go fix the one for the shipping. But this is more accurate. Like I said, when it comes to the shipping, it will affect the processing fee. And I should have just left it because originally I had this where it calculated over. So let's say if I go insert, this column right here was calculating like all of the fees. So like this one would be equals C2. Oh, come on. Equals C2 times C15. But I want this to not be in percentage. I want this to be currency. There we go. $1.50 on that one. And then we're just going to pull this down. And then this one would be C. I could have sworn I put my dollar signs up here. C2. Okay. And then this would be C2. There we go. So that you can actually see the fees come over. And it's actually supposed to be the other way because it's fees and then the total. So if we were to go, platform fee is 0, base processing fee, we're going to go equals what am I doing? Oh, I forgot the parentheses. Oh, okay. So all of your fees for this one would be 304. And so it's basically taking 304 minus and then I think I had this already take out the shipping. I mean, not the shipping, the taxes. So the taxes would be, that's what I have to do. So it's the taxes that I'm missing. So that would be 30 times 0.0675. So that's another $2. So 26.96 minus $2 and really 3 cents. 24.93. There we go. I'm like, I did my numbers right. So on the shipping one, and I also had this already account for your taxes not coming to you, because you don't want to think about that being money that's for you, because you're paying that to the state. So what will come to you from the $30 would be, after all of the fees and taxes, you would get $24.94. So customer pays shipping, correct. But what wasn't calculating, even though the customer pays shipping, your processing fee, so the percentage for that, whether it's a credit card or if it's PayPal, they're still going to include that 3% or 2.9%, or so see, like PayHip, it is 3.49. Well, that's for PayPal, it's 3.49% plus a 50 cent like base rate. The transaction fee is $5, right? So with the shipping included, it is going to, like if the shipping was $15, it still has to process 5% for the transaction fee. You're going to lose that. It still has to process $3.49. You're going to lose that. That's not going to come to you. The transaction fees will be deducted from your total. So I guess how you'll look at it is, yes, they're paying for shipping, but they're not paying, when you're doing the shipping, it's not accounting for the credit card processing fee. So you are eating that, which is why you're supposed to put those fees on your taxes, because they are part of business. So many people lose out on deductions because they are not accounting for those things. That is not money that you took in. That was for fees. You are supposed to account for your fees, or at least your shipping fees. Okay. Well, the transaction fees for your shipping. Well, really, I do our fees in general, but so just gotta go fix the shipping one, because this is correct, because I got the right number. Because this is all of the fees. It takes out the sales tax, and so this is how much. And I meant to I have to change the color on this, because it is, I'm just gonna make it all gray for now, because that's just the fees. So for a $30 product, if they're paying through PayPal and it's through PayHip, you're paying out $3.04 in fees if it's a digital product. So I'm gonna fix my calculator, because all I did was duplicate it, and then I added the shipping line and I subtracted the shipping, but I forgot to have the shipping process into the processing fee. So I'm going to fix that one, and I'll come back and I'll show like the right numbers so that you can actually see. Like, so I'm going to make it where you'll see what's going to be deposited into your account, and then after you subtract the shipping fee, this is what you will be left with. So I'm going to do it that way so that you know how that works. But that was my fault. I was trying to hairpin rush to get on at 3:30. I still was late, and I forgot to put the calculations in. And then looking at all those things, they were driving me crazy. But we have everything correct here. But you got to know your numbers, guys. If you don't know your numbers, this is what our pricing for profit class breaks down. Like, I force you to think about all of these things. I've come across so many crafters, so many small business, so many startup businesses that don't think about their numbers. And then they're wondering, where did the money go? But a lot of times things like fees will suck up your profits if you don't understand, if you don't set it up correctly. This is why a lot of companies, if you're not ordering a lot of items, they're going to charge you a service fee. This is why when you go to certain places, I know like the hair stores are notorious for it. They'll say they have a minimum. Like if you're going to use a credit card, and it actually happened to me today. I say, hey, do you have a minimum for your credit card like processing? He was like, yeah, $5, because they want to make sure that they're not losing money. I was only about to buy $2. Like I had two Arizonas. So at $2, they're going to lose more because it's not a significant amount. So they have a minimum, like in order to use your credit card, theirs was $5. I've been to some places like the hair store, and they're like, their minimum in order to use a credit card is $10. And it is because of those fees. If you want, now there are some of them that won't let you use it no matter what. And then we have some hair stores here and even some other places where if you are okay with paying the transaction fee, they just add that on, and then you can go ahead and use your card. So if you are under $10, they're going to tell you whatever that transaction fee is, they're going to add that onto it and let you use your card so that they're not eating the cost. There's a lot of gas stations here in South Florida where there's a price if you're paying cash, there's a price if you're paying with card, because they don't want to eat those credit card processing fees. They don't want to eat those merchant fees. This is also why you have companies where if somebody is only ordering one of something, they will make that a lot higher. People will go and say, oh, you're charging different prices for this. Yeah. If it's only one item, it really should be a little bit higher, because especially like you could lose like the like it's like it's really like only like the base ones. So like PayHip, you're paying a base of 49 cents, which is PayPal. Gumroad, like you pay a 50-cent platform fee, but then you still have to pay your processing fee. So make sure you know your numbers. Make sure you know the platforms that you are using, exactly what their fees are. Okay? Any questions? I'm going to fix this one though. And I'm going to make sure I have this available for everyone that is in our creative business program. I will make this available for you. That way you can always kind of just do a quick little calculation on how much money you should be seeing in your account from your orders. Okay. All right. Until next time, guys, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.